Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I didn't post for a couple of weeks because I flew home for Christmas. And if you celebrate, I hope your holidays were good and I hope that you had a wonderful time. But yeah, I am back home now and it was exciting to get back into building. And for this build, I did a community post while I was away asking which types of builds you would like to see once I go back, or if you had any suggestions. Some of you replied with a few ideas, and thank you so much for that. And this build is actually just me putting in practice 2 of the ideas that you guys posted. So one of you commented that I should do a smaller build, considering that my last builds were on the bigger side. And another comment said that I could try some sort of community space. I liked both of those ideas, and so I decided to merge them, and that is how Bookmobile was born. I built this in Newcrest, and the challenges for me for this build were definitely the curved walls and also making it look like a real bus. So as you can see, I could have tried to make it look a little bit more like an actual bus if I included some roofs, but I wanted it to be simple and I also wanted it to be functional. So I did only the walls and the windows and tried to make it simple but also look like a bus, if that makes sense. And that is, for me, where the challenge was. But yeah, so in the beginning, I had the bus with 2 levels. I thought it looked a little bit weird as it was, and I give up one of the floors, so the second floor I actually delete for a while, but I added back in later because I think it's when I want to make sure that it is functional, like a functional library. There are a few things that you need to tick to make it a functional library. And so we're going to be needing some more space, and that's when I add the second floor. So this is not what it looks like in the end, although the colors stay pretty much the same. I liked the color of those windows, and those were one of the few windows that worked on curved walls, so I used them and I liked that swatch, so I kept it in and painted the bus the same color, or the walls of the bus. Now moving on to the interior, I wanted to have some separation between the spaces. I wanted to have 2 separate spaces, but I didn't want to close them off, so I do the walls there for the entrance. And I placed these round couches that work perfectly in these corners. So I put them in this corner, and then I put them as well at the other end of the bus. For the floor, I tried carpet, but I'm not sure how much I liked it, and so I swapped it for wood, and on the second floor we end up putting carpet, just because we make it more kid-friendly. So no carpet on this floor, and I know the carpet can be controversial sometimes, so I don't use it as often, but I think it worked for the space that we put together there. And as you can see, we are using a lot of bookcases for this library. I use a lot of Book Nook from the kit Book Nook. That's where these bookshelves are from, and we add them just throughout the whole bus and on the upper level as well. I guess I'm just making sure that everything looks good, which is a challenge because I don't know if anyone can relate, but round walls and round rooms are glitchy sometimes. They don't let you select things that are within the threshold of the round part. I'm not sure how to explain, but it's a weird bug. And sometimes you have to zoom in the camera really well to be able to select some items or change the colors. But yeah, we put a ladder to the second level. Since there isn't much space anyway, I thought a ladder would be cool. And it's a bus, so I don't think there are really many rules. I just did what felt right and looked good. I actually kind of liked the stairs there, or the ladder, and there's a room on the second floor which becomes a bathroom, but it ends up being on the first floor because I didn't want to. Well, I wanted it to be also usable for toddlers, and toddlers cannot go up the ladders, so I moved it to the first floor, or the bottom floor, and then the first level becomes only a complete kid space, and this first floor is for parents and toddlers and anyone who wants to use it. I'm putting together the bathroom, and I think this is when I moved the bathroom to the bottom floor exactly, and it just made more sense, right, to have it there, and I think the upper level looked better afterwards. But yeah, while I was recording, my game actually crashed, which is something that never happens. And I don't know if this happens to anyone else, but ever since For Rent came out, the game has been laggy and buggy for me at times. So I lost some of the progress with this build, and I know how important it is to save as you go. And I was just so focused in the build that I didn't save, and I lost like a few things on the upper level, but thankfully I had it recorded, which is the footage that we're seeing. So I pretty much just watched the footage back and try to recreate everything. I will try to update my mods because I use the tool mod a lot. Maybe that's been causing some conflict. But yeah, if you don't know what the tool mod is, it lets you rotate, scale, and elevate objects that you normally can't in the game. So within the game, you scale an object and it becomes double the size. But sometimes you want something in the middle, and it can be for simple things, a rug. Sometimes it's either too big or too small, and you can make it the perfect size with the tool mod. And the good thing about it is you don't need to have the mod to be able to download these builds. So however I place the items, they will show up rotated or downscaled or upscaled as I did it in my game. And yeah, that's why I like it so much. It doesn't interfere with your end or whoever's end is using the build. And it just gives some freedom that we don't have in the game. And I tried to put this changing table in the bathroom, but I thought it was too much for what the space is. I don't think we needed all that. And for this table, for this floor, I thought, you know what, this would be a perfect space to do like a story time spot. So in the upper level, I put some chairs, like poofs and stuff, pillows, and I thought it would be so good to have children sit there and have someone read them a story. And I put one object that I don't use in the build. When it comes up in the video, I will point it out, but I thought it was just perfect for story time. And I also placed a poster like behind the stairs, just because I thought it would be a good indicator of, hey, this is where you go to story time, And I know that some libraries do that. And this is the object that I was talking about. I forget that we have this because it's such a big object and you don't normally use it in your homes. But to me, this was the perfect lot to put it. this is when we moved to the outside. I wanted it to be really simple, but I also like having it, playable and cluttered to an extent. So definitely simpler than what I've been doing, but not overflowing with clutter. I wanted it to be alive, and even if this build isn't your cup of tea, because I can see that this type of build is a little out there, I hope that you can still appreciate the thought that goes behind it. And to me, I think family gameplay is one of my favorite types of gameplay in the game. So I like having lots like these to build or to visit in the game. And even though this is a library, which I made sure to include everything it needed to be one, you can also eat there, and I thought that would be a great place to spend some time together with your Sims. But yeah, this is the eating area outside. I do add a grill back there, just in case you don't have the pack that the food stall comes with. But let's jump into the game and see what the final build looks like. This is what the build looks like. I actually really enjoyed this little bit of garden here. It made me think of Alice in Wonderland, and I thought it would be such a cool idea to do a full garden based in Alice in Wonderland, so let me know if you like that idea. We have the eating area here with some fairy lights. This is what the back of the build looks like. And now we can go in and check out the inside. So as you walk in, if you look to the right, you have already a chess table and a lot of bookcases. I thought it looks cozy in here, and since it's a bus, it makes sense, but I really like the vibe in here. I don't know if they're gonna fix this issue, but we can just pretend that it's all painted. And then over to the other side, we have some more bookcases, another sitting area, some clutter here, and then over here we have the bathroom. I thought it was a really good place to use this wallpaper that came with the Snowy Escape pack, and yeah, really kid-friendly. We have the toddler toilet there, and then if we go out again, we can check out the upstairs, which is, oops, it's over on this side. We have the little sign that says story time is up there, and if we go up, we have this first part where kids can go to the computer, and even adults. You have a free one where you can do your homework. I also added some stickers in the windows. I thought it was a really good way of showing personality. And then over on this side, we have the storytime corner where you can take your kids and have a really fun afternoon or morning together, and maybe they can make friends. But yeah, let me know what you thought of this video and of this build. I hope you liked it. Let me know your suggestions if you have some. And I want to say thank you again for everyone that's been supporting the channel, commenting and subscribing. It was a really good, positive, overwhelming feeling for me to have so many people just enjoying the videos that I've been posting. So thank you, and I will keep building and keep sharing these builds with you. Again, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.